Okay, take 10. It was take 2 before, now it's take 10.
This is a technical difficulty week, and I don't really know why, because we're actually doing everything right.
Yeah, we're doing everything right, guys, this week, but something's just happening. We're not having great luck.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
We're getting back out there, persevering.
Yeah, we just did an entire intro. It wasn't recording. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Here we go. We're going to start this again.
She's Carly.
I'm Carly.
I'm Ilana.
Welcome to Life in Progress.
Yeah.
We are here. Okay. I'm not even going to do our intro, what we just said last time, so you guys missed it. Ilana, what's in progress?
Okay, hold on. We have a great episode coming up today.
We do.
Thank you guys for sending in questions. We have a ton of career questions, friendship questions, life questions, and we appreciate you sending them in. You guys have really stepped up the question game.
Yeah, the questions have truly stepped up.
Yeah.
And another thing that has stepped up is your monkey sending.
Yeah, a lot of
Thank you.
monkeys. And if you're new to Life in Progress, we just don't believe that people actually listen. So we asked you guys to send us monkey DMs, like monkey emojis on Instagram, because we need proof.
We need proof.
We need proof of life.
We need validation that people are listening to this podcast.
But thank you. We appreciate them so much. So,
you know what I haven't gotten?
What haven't you gotten?
Any monkeys from any friends.
Me either. It's okay.
This is a test.
We still have Ben.
We still have Ben.
We still have Ben.
Every morning, Jenna's boyfriend texts me, great pod.
Yep.
7 a.m. Before I even remember that our podcast is coming out, he texts me.
Honestly, it's good that he does that so that you remember.
It's a great reminder.
That just reminded me that I have an episode that came out today that I haven't posted about. So,
okay. We'll get to that right after this.
But keep sending us questions, carlyandilana@gmail.com.
And keep sending us monkeys because we love it.
It's Life in Progress on Instagram and TikTok.
Great. Let's move on with the episode.
Okay.
Oh, wait. What's in progress?
What's in progress for me is deciding if I'm going to set resolutions or not, because I've never followed through on them. So I'm like, is it a waste? But then I'm like, maybe goal setting would be good for me.
This is something we actually talk about or are going to talk about on this episode, is how we don't really have anyone to hold us accountable for anything since we work for ourselves. But I do think you should do resolutions. I think just getting it out on paper is just helpful. Even if you don't follow through, or even if your resolutions change, just when you're in the moment of January 1st, it's like, okay, what right now do I want to accomplish? And then why don't we have a 6-month check-in with each other?
I'm down.
Yeah?
6 months will be my wedding day.
Okay.
So maybe not.
Maybe not exactly 6 mons.
That's so crazy.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That is so crazy.
God.
Well, mine is literally under 5 months, so
oh my God.
it's a little stressful. But it's fine. We're fine.
I think the key to resolutions, and we can talk about this on a future episode that we're planning, but I think the key—
Move your hand from your mouth.
I think the key is they have to be practical and realistic.
Yeah, you can't make although, okay, I disagree a little. I was about to agree, but then I'm going to disagree, because the whole rule of manifestation is being super specific.
Specific is fine. I think specificity is good, but it can't be
Specificity. I didn't even know that was a word.
You didn't know that was a word?
No.
It's a great word.
Specificity.
It's
a little hard to say.
I like it. It's
Specificity.
Fun. Specificity.
It's hard to say.
Specificity. Boom.
I'm not good with my S's.
I was in speech therapy for my S's.
So was I.
Good times.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this.
I think we have.
Anyway, so no, okay, you're right. Be specific with your resolutions,
Specificity.
but just don't be too impractical.
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
so be realistic.
Yeah. Okay. What's in progress for Carly?
What's in progress for me is thinking about my resolutions and actually thinking about what I want to accomplish this year.
How's journaling going?
We're moving along here. We're moving slowly but surely.
The journal is going to be ordered soon.
Yes, correct.
Cool.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the episode.
Let's get into it, because Carly has a pickleball tournament to go win after this.
I do have a pickleball tournament today.
I'm excited. Maybe I'll come by and watch.
You should.
I should.
Wait, you actually should.
I should. Well, I want to do my run and then
maybe run to the pickleball court
and then run back. But does that not count as one run if I stop for a half hour?
It counts as a freaking run. At least you ran. I can't even take 5 steps.
Yeah, but you're going to be playing pickleball.
That's true. And
Kicking ass.
Yelled at by my fiance.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a great question that we're going to start with that I think really encompasses a lot of things we're going to talk about. So thank you for sending this in to the sender. It says, you know the quote, "You're always looking for a job, a boyfriend, or an apartment. Do you ever find the 3? If you don't, then how do we let that one thing that we don't have affect how we feel about the other 2? This sums up my 20s.
Yeah, it does.
This quote and this question?
I don't think it's like, are you ever going to be happy with all three? I don't know.
I think that's exactly it. I think we put so much pressure on, well, when we find these things,
We'll be happy.
We'll be happy. It'll solve all of our problems. We won't feel like there's a missing piece. But
And
that's not true.
It's not true because happiness, those are all external things.
Yeah.
And you can't truly be happy. And this is just so true. You cannot be happy unless you are so happy within yourself and you're so secure within yourself. And it shouldn't matter about all those external things because none of those are going to happen. And then all of a sudden you're going to be happy. You're not going to find a boyfriend and then, oh, my life is perfect.
Yep.
I'm happy. Or find the perfect job and say, oh, I'm happy now. I can live a great life because I have the best job.
Yeah.
So I think you're always going to be looking for that external thing to try to feed into your happiness, but I don't think you'll ever find that.
Yeah. Or you'll get the job and it'll be like, okay, well, when I get a promotion, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Or you'll get the apartment, the job, and the boyfriend. You're like, well, when I get engaged, I'll be happy.
There's nothing.
Always going to be a next thing or something else. And you really have to, even if you have 0 out of 3 of these things, I mean, hopefully you have a place to live, but even if you have 0 out of these 3, there are so many things in your life that can bring happiness and you have to focus on those things.
No, it all comes from within.
Yeah.
Happiness literally comes from within and being grateful for what you have. That's why my therapist told me to do those 3 gratitude statements every day because that's what feeds your happiness is being grateful for what you currently have, not the things that you're looking to have.
Yeah. And I think it's working with what you have. Maybe you have an apartment. It's not your dream apartment. It's small and it's expensive, but you can make a corner of that apartment your happy corner.
Yeah.
You can decorate it the way that you want your future apartment to fully be decorated. You can just have this one corner that's your happy place.
Yep.
And your job, maybe you don't have the highest paying job, but you have great coworkers, or there's one task at your job that you get to do every week that brings you joy. Like focus on that, or focus on, okay, you know what? I realize I don't like these things about my job. I'm going to look for a new job where maybe I'll take a little bit of a pay cut, but I'll be doing things that make me feel more fulfilled.
Yes. But also don't rely on it to bring you happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
External things it'll bring you quick happiness, but it won't bring you long-term happiness.
Yeah.
So work on yourself every day.
Yeah. Work on yourself every
So
day.
no, the answer to the question, you'll probably never just be happy just because you have all 3 of those things.
Yeah. And you can find the 3.
Yeah.
But it won't bring you what you want.
Yeah. It's not the happiness that you're looking for because that comes from within.
Yeah. Agreed.
Great.
Okay. Love this next one too. How to not define yourself by your career or what you're doing. I'm scared that any of my jobs will end and I will have the biggest identity crisis ever. I also feel like I make all of my hobbies somehow into a job or something similar and I don't know how to stop it. Did we write this?
Did we literally write this? Well, if you haven't listened to our career episode, definitely listen to that because we both spoke about how we made our jobs our life. And when we got laid off, it actually felt like our life was over.
Yeah.
And I had the apartment and I had the boyfriend and I thought I had the job. Just coming back to all 3, wasn't that happy.
I was living at home and I was single.
Oh, well. But what I was saying is like I wasn't happy because I made work my life.
Yeah.
And then I got laid off. And then I also felt like I had an identity crisis of who am I?
Yeah.
So I think our biggest advice here is work is work and boundaries are very, very, very important.
Yeah.
And you can be a really great and hard worker without making work your life because work isn't all life is about. And you need to set those times for yourself. Like, okay, it hits 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or whatever time it is, but set those boundaries of I'm not going to look at my Slack or I'm not going to do anything after this. I'm going to find time to do something else for me or spend time with friends or go on dates.
Yeah. And I think another great exercise to do is maybe, you think a lot about, you connect yourself and your job or your company. It's like for me, like I was literally Ilana from Hinge, but at the end of the day, it wasn't Hinge that was making me feel so connected to my work. It was what I was actually doing.
Yeah.
And so when I lost my job, I was like, oh my God, like people literally come up to me on the street and they're like, you're Ilana from Hinge. And that's going to be really awkward because I'm not Ilana from Hinge anymore. But I focus more on, well, there's a thing that I love to do that I'm passionate about. And that's why I made my job my identity. And you know what? I don't need the company. I can still find joy in this thing that I love doing. And so sometimes it's disconnecting yourself from the actual name of the company or the person who's paying you and just refocus on, oh, you know what? This job is my identity because I love doing this thing.
Yeah.
And I can still do it without this company.
I think that's also what I'm going through right now with being my own boss and content creation, because my job is my identity.
It is
like
us.
My job is literally posting about my life. But for the past couple of months, I've been so focused on how I'm making money from it. So I haven't been doing what I love to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm focusing on the money from the job instead of doing this because it's a passion. So
it's like, where does Carly Silverman start and Carly R. Silverman end?
Right. It's so true.
Yeah.
It's like, what part of this is my job and what part of this is I'm doing it because I love it. So listen, I'm still working on it. I think it's really just finding those boundaries, setting up specific times to do your job. That's why I feel like it's much easier, maybe not easier, but for people that have like an office job that just, is a 9 to 5 and they leave at 5 and their job is done. They go home and enjoy dinner. It must be nice. It's easier because they have like, okay, it is 9 to 5. Like when I get into the office, I do work. When I leave office, I'm done work.
Yeah. You're almost a different person.
I
love thinking about the teachers that I know, and they're literally like teaching America's youth during the day and then pounding shots at night, belligerently
and as they
dancing
should.
around New York City.
Yeah.
And I think it's so awesome how they're able to separate those
things. I really do. I think it's setting a specific boundary and a time. Like literally block it off in your calendar if you have to.
Yeah.
Like I am, even like for us, for content creators, like, okay, during the day, I am going to film content that is for work from here to here. And then from here to here, I'm just going to do my daily life. Maybe I'll film a little day in the life vlog and not make it about work.
And you know what?
Easier said than done.
I just thought of something too. If you're into journaling or open to an exercise, even though I don't do any of these things, I think this is a really good idea. Why don't you write down a list of the things that you are? Like, how would you define yourself? You're like, I'm a podcast host. I am a social media manager. I'm a dating coach, whatever. But I'm also, a dog mom. I'm also a friend. I'm also like a music lover and a fiance and a wedding planner, and a runner. And I like all of these other things. Like I love coloring in my coloring books. And like that is something that is totally unrelated to work that makes me me. And so I think thinking about those things that have nothing to do with work that make you is a really good way to ground yourself and like, okay, there's so much more to me than this job and this company and this title. And if I get let go, if I get laid off, if I get fired, if I decide to quit, I'm still me and I'm going to be okay.
Yep.
How to overcome the loneliness that comes with working for yourself at home.
Did we write this one too?
Yeah, seriously.
We actually did not.
I swear to God, these were all submitted. But thank you for the therapy session.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Working for yourself, and I think so many people now do it. And a lot of people now work from home because of COVID. Listen, I think Ilana and I are really lucky because we set these morning meetings, but we actually did that before we even started working together.
Yeah.
We set just like meetings to have so that we didn't feel so alone.
Yeah. We like made each other coworkers just for fun.
I go to a lot of coffee shops. So I really enjoy when I do find myself home, for the first half of the day, I'm like, okay, I've been in my apartment working for the first half of the day. I need to get out. Let me go on a walk. Let me take my computer. Let me go sit at a coffee shop. And although I'm not talking to anybody, it does feel like even just being in a different environment where people are around is nice.
Yeah.
But I think take breaks throughout your day, call someone,
Yeah. This is something, I had a big wake up call the other week where I remember looking at my calendar on like Sunday and I was like, oh my God, I have something in person every single day this week. Like that sounds so overwhelming. And like I don't have the social battery for that. I had a few different like coffees or like lunches, and I had 3 in-person recordings. And other than with Carly, I don't regularly do in-person recordings for seeing other people. So this felt like a lot of social energy that was going to be expended that I'm not used to during the week, because I'm used to just sitting in my apartment and only leaving when I have to take Barkley for walks and only really talking to Carly during the day and Jake when he gets home. And I felt really nervous going into the week. I came out of the week feeling incredible.
I know. I was sitting here like, wow, I'm so jealous that you had something, because I look at my schedule and I'm like, I'm not talking to anybody all week.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I felt re-energized every day. I felt like uplifted. The in-person recordings, I was like, that was so fun and probably a better conversation. And I feel like I'm in a good mood after hanging out with other people, and the coffees that I wasn't looking forward to. Again, I felt great after.
So then I think the advice that we should give, and maybe I should start doing this too, is like, if you do work either for yourself or you're just working at home all day, why don't you make a coffee date so you can have a break? Everyone should have a break from work. Everyone should take lunch. Everyone should close their computers and take some time. But like, if you're feeling lonely, instead of, just going for a walk by yourself, see if someone else is around at that time. You want to go like, hey, you want to just come for a quick walk with me?
Yeah.
You don't have to be working with them.
Yeah.
I don't really have that many like friends in my area or near me, so I feel like that's hard. But
you've been going to Brandon and Perry's.
Yeah, I go to my brother's house and we do a little co-working session. It's just nice to be around people. So it's just like, I guess, finding times in your days where you can call someone or call your mom or call your dad, just talk to somebody else for a little bit.
Yeah, or listening to podcasts, I think is good. Yeah, I'll take Barkley to the dog, P-A-R-K. I can't say the word because he's right here. But during the week when I can, just because it gets me outside and with other people, and it's a breath of fresh air in a day that I need. So do what you can to be around other people, get outside, create fake coworkers of friends who are also working from home. Yeah,
even if you're not, like Ilana and I sometimes will sit on silence and do our own work on Zoom.
Yeah.
But it's just like nice knowing that someone else is there. If
we're so much more productive when we do it too.
We are, because we're holding each other accountable for things.
Yeah.
Not even doing our own work for this.
I see that it's still recording, but I'm going to check anyway.
I'll check.
Okay. I don't have any coffee to knock over. Okay. Great. Are you sure? Yes. Positive? Should I double check?
I saw the red light.
Okay. No more technical difficulties.
Yes. All right.
All right. Next one. How do you deal with imposter syndrome in any job or career, but especially when you're freelancing or working for yourself?
Oh, this is the story of my life. It really is. Like everyone's hitting these questions hard today.
Yeah, you guys get us.
You really get us. Really getting to know us. You want to take this away?
It's hard. This is something we struggle with
a lot.
I mean, we could do a whole episode on imposter syndrome. We struggle with it literally every day.
That's why we have you guys send us monkeys.
Literally.
So we know that someone's listening and we're not just sitting here talking to ourselves.
We're like, who do we think we are that we think people want to listen to us, or that people might possibly be interested in what we have to say?
Literally no one.
Yeah.
No one cares.
But apparently they do.
Some people that send us monkeys.
Maybe.
Keep sending us monkeys.
No, but it's tough. You have to.
It's a real thing. Imposter syndrome is so real. Imposter syndrome is very real when it comes to work, especially when you're freelance or a content creator or doing a job where you don't have someone above you telling you good job or telling you, you did well.
You deserve to do this. You deserve to have this job.
Or getting promotions.
Yeah. We never get promoted.
We don't get promotions.
There's no promotion we're working towards.
No. And like same with if you're just freelancing, like you're not getting promoted. You're freelancing for a job. You're doing it for that X amount of time.
And then you go to another one.
Or
sometimes it ends and they don't want to renew. And then you have to question, could I have done better? And sometimes it just ends.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with what you did or didn't do.
I don't know the advice I would give for imposter syndrome, because I think I'm still really feeling it.
Know that if you weren't qualified to be doing what you're doing, you wouldn't be able to do it.
You wouldn't have been hired.
You wouldn't be able to continue getting clients, to have people listening, to continue getting brand partnerships,
Yep.
to continue working for yourself. It's a privilege to work for yourself. And if you're doing it, it means you're capable of doing it. It means you're skilled to do it. And it means you're able to make it work. And it's a really hard thing. So there's a lot in that to be proud of yourself for.
I wonder if there's a way, again, like you said earlier about setting goals, but is there something that freelancers or people without bosses can do to kind of reward themselves, you know?
It's like, so hard.
Is there something? I don't know.
It's so hard because even if you hit a milestone, it's like, yay. Okay, now how do we hit the next one?
Yeah.
You know, it's there's never a pause where, you know, maybe your team would go out to lunch.
Right. And like celebrate it.
That would feel awesome.
Yeah. Or again, a promotion.
Yeah. Or getting called out, like a shout out at your company all hands
That
meeting.
was always the best. Is getting those shout outs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard when we don't have that.
It's really hard.
I don't know the answer, unfortunately.
It's really hard. I struggle with that a lot of like something great will happen and it's like, so what?
Yeah. I think we tell each other and we're like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Some people don't have that. Which you can tell us. We'll tell you it's great.
We want to be our biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah.
It's hard, but just remember that you're able to do this and that's an incredible thing. And if you were not good enough or smart enough or skilled enough, you would not be in this position that you're in.
Yeah. We should tell ourselves that.
Yeah. And there's a reason that people want to work with you and that people hire you and that people watch your content and that people listen to your podcast. There are reasons.
There are reasons. Nice.
We're qualified to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the last question?
We got one more here.
Okay.
How do you deal with people not putting you as a priority when you put them as your priority? Parentheses, people pleaser problems also. I love that our audience is us.
Is us, literally. We literally just did a TikTok this morning about people pleasing.
Yeah.
When someone isn't putting you as a priority and you feel like you are constantly putting them as a priority, take mental note of that. But also, I think something I've learned is there are just some people that are more givers and they're just some people who naturally are not. And that doesn't affect how they feel about you. That doesn't affect their relationship and what you mean to them. I think there are some people like you and I, for example, who will go over the top to put someone first. And there are some people who just won't. And I think it's accepting who that person is and deciding, okay, am I putting this person as a priority because I want something back? Or am I putting this person as a priority because it genuinely just makes me feel good and I want to? And I think deciding between the two of those is really important. I remember I had a friend who I felt like I was giving so much effort and energy to. And I remember it was almost her birthday. And I was like, do I go the extra mile, go buy balloons and bring them to her apartment, even though I knew I was going to see her later? Or should I just not do it? I knew she wouldn't do that for me. So I'm like, should I just not do it? And I'll just, I'll see her later. And that's enough. And I remember my therapist being like, well, what's the reason? What is the reason you want to go and give balloons? Is it because it'll genuinely make you so happy that, you're doing that for her? Or is it because you would want her to do that for you and you want her to like you more, or you want her to look at you in a certain way? Like, what's the reasoning behind it? So I think that's the first step, is when you feel that way, is write down a list of why do you want to put someone as a priority. And then if you realize like you're just doing it because you want that back, then maybe take a step back for a little. Yeah. And don't put as much energy and effort into it.
I also think it's important to recognize who your friends are and not necessarily meet them where they're at, but accept where they're at.
I agree.
There are some friends who, like Carly, will go above and beyond. And there are some friends where that thought would never cross their mind. That doesn't mean they don't love you. That doesn't mean they don't care about you or your birthday. That's just, they're not the type of person to go decorate your apartment and bring you balloons. Instead, they're just going to call you and say happy birthday.
Yeah. And I think that's where expectations really come in. You can't expect people to do something because you would do it, because everyone is so different. Yeah. It comes back to the birthday post that we used to talk about.
Yeah.
I would always make a whole collage and make sure that whoever's birthday it is, I'm blasting it all over social media, and I used to put it on their Facebook wall. And then I would get so upset if someone didn't do that for me and think, oh, they don't like me.
Like, we're the collage baking type, and some of our friends don't use Instagram.
Yeah, don't use it. They don't use it.
They don't know how to story.
They don't know how to make a collage.
They don't even check. They don't think to do it.
Yeah, and
because it's not important to them.
No. So it's about having expectations and, again, knowing who your friends are.
Yeah. It's almost like love languages, just in the form of friendship.
It is. Friendships, 100% of love languages.
Yeah. And knowing what yours are and knowing and accepting that they're going to be different than what your friends' love languages are. But you just have to remember, like, we're all different. There are reasons that you love your friends, and those reasons might not include, the over-the-top special things they do. But at the same time, that's not to excuse if you're not getting out of a friendship what you need. That's, you don't want to overlook that either.
No, definitely not. I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Take mental notes.
And, maybe take a step back. If you feel exhausted from all the effort you're putting in and you don't feel like it's being reciprocated, it's okay to put a little less effort in, or bring up with your friend, like, hey, I feel like I'm always the one reaching out to make plans, and I sometimes feel like I'm inconveniencing you or forcing you to make plans, because it would be really nice if you would sometimes think to reach out to me. Or I've said to friends, like, the phone works both ways.
Yeah.
And that's it's okay to bring up that you feel like things are rocky, or you don't feel like you're being appreciated or treated the way that you would hope. That's okay. Your friend would want to know that,
because
if they
probably
really care.
have no idea.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Communicate. Communicate is key, everybody.
Always.
Okay. So, would you rathers?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. We got a ton more questions. We're going to save them for another episode, because Carly's got to go slay the 60 and 70-year-olds on the pickleball court.
You know what? I'm playing people a lot younger.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Holiday edition, would you rather?
Let's do it.
All right. Go out or stay in for New Year's?
Stay in.
100%.
Stay in.
Couldn't pay me to go out, actually.
Yeah.
Would you rather have it be your favorite holiday every single day, or never have that holiday again?
It depends. Do I get off work for it?
Well, that's another question.
Oh, boy.
But you don't get off work regardless.
Probably every day. No, I'd get so sick of the food. It wouldn't become your favorite anymore.
Yeah.
So never.
I'd rather not have it. What is your favorite holiday?
I don't have one. Is that crazy? I don't have one.
That's not crazy. I'm Jewish, but I love Christmas time.
I love Christmas time.
Yeah. We celebrate Santa Claus.
I love that.
Yeah.
How?
Just celebrate Santa Claus. Like, we just celebrate, like, the act of Santa Claus, and, like, not Christmas and, like, the meaning behind Christmas, but
like, what does your celebration of Santa Claus consist of?
We'll watch, movies the night before. We'll track where Santa is.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, my dad, who obviously, whatever, Santa Claus, will write a note, we'll write, like, a letter to Santa Claus, like the kids, when we were younger, we would write a letter and, like, leave my dad Oreos and cook Oreos and milk.
Oh my God.
So we're doing that for Chase too, and future kids.
Wait, that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, he's Puppy Claus.
Wow. Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my favorite. Just like, I'm Jewish, so.
Wait, I feel really sad for myself suddenly.
It's something that I think we've actually gotten, like, shit on for it. Like, even, like, Perry is like, that's not our religion. Like, why would we celebrate that? But my parents' thing was, they had it too when they were younger. It's always like, it's this joyous holiday, and such for kids especially. It's this fun time, and it's we're not thinking about the religion behind anything. We're thinking about just, like,
togetherness and fun.
Like, that's what all of our home videos used to be about.
No, I'm really sad for myself that I don't have a favorite holiday.
Oh, that part. Oh, you don't have to have a favorite holiday,
but
it's
okay.
Should. Okay, we'll think about one. Maybe you'll make new traditions with your future family, and, like, that'll become your favorite holiday, whichever one you pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have your ears turn into elf ears, or have a Santa beard forever?
Elf ears, 1,000%.
Same. I can't believe that's even a question. Okay. Would you rather work?
You picked it.
I know. Would you rather work only on holidays, and they are still holidays, or only get holidays off work. So you don't get off work. It's hard for us because we don't
Work on holidays.
Yeah.
Work on holidays.
Every holiday you have to work.
I don't have to work the rest of the days?
No. You still have to work the rest of the days, but you only get holidays off. Like you can't take any other days off. You can't take
Wait,
PTO,
but if I'm working on holidays.
Okay. It's either. It's an either question. It's not like you're doing both. You're either working on every holiday that exists. Okay? So Thanksgiving, you would be working all day today.
Okay, but what about...
You're still working the rest of the year.
So I'm just working 365 days a year.
Yes, because you can't. Well, you can take off other times.
Okay.
Like your normal PTO. If
Okay.
you have 2 weeks of PTO for the year, you could take it off.
Okay.
But you cannot take it off on the holidays.
Okay.
Okay. So every holiday you're working, or like let's pretend we're in normal jobs and we have normal PTO.
Okay.
Or you get every holiday off, but those are the only days you get off. So you can't take a vacation.
I would work every holiday.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I'd have to.
And you can't have sick days. Like it would be.
Yeah, I mean,
it wouldn't
I get
be paid
sick
time off.
way too often for that. And with weddings and other things, I'd have to travel and take days off.
Yeah, well, you couldn't do that. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah, work every holiday.
Work every holiday.
Well, it doesn't matter. You didn't even have a favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still want to like be there for them.
Oh, I have one more.
I still want to be here with my family.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
But you can be there before and after. You just have to go fly home and work. It's a problem. It's
tough.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Would you rather get one amazing holiday gift? Are you gonna sneeze?
Yeah.
You're gonna yawn. You've tried to hold in your yawn, I think 10 times throughout this episode. Am I boring you? Like literally, I've watched you hold in a yawn.
I didn't have
you're
coffee.
tired? I've been up since 5 with that.
Okay, I was up since I responded to it like 6:45.
It's another hour and a half. Hour and 45 minutes. Anyway.
But who's counting?
Who's counting? Oh, would you rather get one amazing holiday gift or 10 ones?
One amazing.
Me too.
Definitely.
Me too.
I do love like opening little
Same.
gifts,
I love like the
but like I would
process
rather
of opening,
have.
but I also can return 10.
I'd rather have one amazing gift.
Yeah, that's fair. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I wish more than anything I was able to fall asleep as easily as Barkley.
I wish Chase was able to fall asleep as easily as Barkley.
That's
That would be
true.
nice.
That is true. Well, this has been fun.
This
Guys,
has been
keep sending us your
fun.
questions.
Send us your questions. Send us all the monkeys. And yeah, you know where to find us at It's Life in Progress on Instagram and TikTok, Carly and Ilana at gmail.com. Rate and review us. Send us monkeys. Follow us.
Share this episode with your friends in your group chat and,
And
your
on your
cousins and your dog walkers
stories.
and on